our host, who's going to take over the tonight's events, Sean Carlin, who's fantastic over here. Where is he? Sean. He's under that table. Get him out of there. There he is. Sean, take over.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for the one and only Brett Feinstein, the owner of Sapphire. Give it up for him. He's the one that's bringing all the hot chicks, and if you don't clap for him, then none of us get laid. All right. I'm just kidding. We don't get laid anyway, because this is Sapphires. We don't promote sex. We just promote really thinking you're going to have sex and then going home and your balls hurt. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please give one more hand to the lovely ladies. One more time, Kinko's and Gelato and the other hot girl. Thank you all for... I may go all right. Ladies, thank you all very much. Unless you wanted me to strip for you, or we could do something weird that's grossly sexual. Get on my knees? I haven't heard that since prison. That's awesome. All right, getting on my knees. Want to stick my tongue in her butt. Oh, give it up one more time. Holy crap. Yeah, so that's what I do for a living. Fuck you, 5th grade teacher. All right. We got a beautiful show for you tonight. We have a ton of really talented comedians, an amazing magician who I'm a very big fan of. We got a whole huge show for you tonight, so I'd like to get it going for you. Make some noise if you're not a comedian, an exotic dancer, or the owner of Sapphires. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that guy. All right. Happy Movember, sir. I can't see you, but your beard I can see from here, or your sideburns. They're, holy shit, are those amazing. Look at you. You're like, I want to like buy lumber from you. Like, I don't even know. Like, that's amazing. Oh, sorry, that's going to distract me. I got ADD, and his sideburns are shiny. All right, so I was driving here this morning, coming back into Vegas from a weekend of, or from a week of doing illegal shit, and I got into town and I started to hit construction. Now I know what you're thinking, Vegas? Road construction? Never. Yeah, a little bit. So I get into Boulder City and I was driving all night. I driving in from New Mexico, right? Anybody here ever been the driver on an all-night road trip? Anybody ever been the driver at like 6 o'clock in the morning, right? And you've been driving all night and you start to get, you drive long enough at night by yourself, you're slapping yourself, and you start to feel like, I started to feel like stoned, you know what I mean? Because of the joint. And I'm driving along, I get to the construction. Now, I'm in the left lane, I'm going about, I'm stoned, so I think I'm going 150, but in reality, I'm probably going 2, and I go through this construction. Now, on the construction, in this particular one, they were spraying that yellow line, they were respraying the yellow line on the left lane. You know the yellow line where you're in the left lane, and you gotta stay, and you don't cross it, because if you do, you'll go into a fucking ditch and die. You know that lane? Okay, so they're spraying that line. I get out of the construction, the line is sprayed. Apparently, a muffler from some car on its way into Vegas fell off of its goddamn car and landed right where they painted the line. And I shit you not, you can see it, it's on 15. The line is painted over the goddamn muffler. I was high when I saw that. Holy shit. What was that? It bothered me for the remaining 2 hours that it took me to get here. And I have narrowed it down to one of 2 possibilities of how that could have happened. Because, that's not something that's normal. You ever seen a guy in the back of a paint sprayer truck? He like sits on the back of it, right? His feet are touching the ground. And he's holding the thing going... Like, it went through his legs. It had to. It's physics. He could have kicked it. But he didn't, and that's what was fucking with me. Like, I couldn't figure out why he didn't kick it. So I came up with 2 possible options. Option A, that's the most depressed human being that ever went to work ever. You know what I mean? Like a guy that's like one bad day away from eating a shotgun. You know what I mean? Just bad, right? Because a depressed person might do that. Like a depressed guy would be just painting, and it... That was my first theory. My second theory was he was a pothead too. Because a pothead would have done the exact same thing, but he would have done it for a completely different reason. Pothead would have been sitting on the back of the truck going... Joey, look what I did. When's lunch? All right, so... Thank you, no one. All right, so Oh, don't, you're kissing my ass. No, that's not fair. So I wanted to do a couple of pothead jokes, but if there's no potheads in the room, I won't do them. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I have a friend in from out of town who's a licensed grower in California. These jokes are for him. So, I'm not going to say any names, but his initials are David, and he's right there. Okay, so I'm horrible at keeping secrets. I'm the worst. So I wanted to do the thing that I've invented, which is called the pothead mating call. I want to see if there's any potheads in the room. If there are, they're going to have to respond when I do the pothead mating call. If you're wondering if any of your buddies, my friend with the chops, are potheads, listen as I do the pothead mating call. Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Absorbent and yellow and porous is he. Yeah, you can only do two because potheads will forget what the hell we were doing. All right, yeah. SpongeBob SquarePants is the greatest cartoon ever invented for a pothead. If you're over the age of 12 and you watch SpongeBob and you don't think it's the greatest cartoon ever, your weed sucks. I don't know what to tell you. Get a new guy, because I get the good shit. And when I watch SpongeBob, I watch it a very specific way. If you watch SpongeBob the way I watch SpongeBob, you'll know what I'm talking about, because I watch SpongeBob, as you saw in the video, like this. When you do that, SpongeBob turns into the most brilliant piece of cinematography ever invented by mankind, right? Makes the Teletubbies look like nothing. Like SpongeBob is like Shakespeare. Like I'm sitting with my buddy. I just got to his house. I hadn't smoked. He goes, he's high as a giraffe's asshole, right? And he's sitting there on the couch, and I'm sitting there. He goes, hey, you want to watch TV, man? I'm watching SpongeBob. And I'm like, I'm a grown ass man, dog. I'm not gonna watch some stupid ass cartoon. And he hands me the thing, and I go. On the other hand, he lives in a pineapple under the sea. Tits. Yeah. So I was a pothead for a long time. I did quit smoking weed for this joke, and the reason I actually did quit about a year ago for about a month. And the reason was there's one bad thing about pot other than running out and Taco Bell being closed, and that is getting caught. And that's what made me quit. I got caught smoking weed, just red-handed, just caught. But not by the cops. Nope. Worse. Any guess? I got caught smoking weed by my mama. Oh, God. My mother caught me smoking pot. There is exactly one thing I can think of that I would have rather less had her catch me doing. And she never really ever got a chance to catch me at that, because she's got like a 20-second window and I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm already sleeping. And so she caught me. Now, here's the story that we lived in an apartment building. We both lived on 2 different floors. I lived on one, she lived on the other. And I was downstairs in my kitchen. Now, this story happened right around 4:20-ish, 4:19, something like that. And I was in my kitchen, and I was making brownies. Now, some of you are going to know where this story's headed. But for the rest of you, I'm sitting there, and oh man, am I wasted. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just towely up there. Oh man. So I'm sitting there, and I'm stirring the batter, and she walks into my apartment. Now, I have a joint in my mouth, okay? I'm not holding it, I'm not palming it. It's right here. Like my second really high tongue is just sticking there, right? And she walks in, and I'll never forget till the day I die, exactly her reaction. She walked into my kitchen and went exactly like this. You're like, Sean, what the hell are you doing? I was like, I'm making brownies. What are you doing? That's what all the yelling. She goes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're taking the drugs. Drugs. She whispered it. Like the fucking DEA is in my refrigerator on a stakeout. You know what I mean? She's like, you're taking the drugs. I thought I had the argument for her. I'm like, all right, Mom, first of all, I happen to know that you take like echinacea for your immune system and like ginkgo biloba for your memory, right? And she actually said, that's different. Those are herbal. Oh, I'm sorry, well, one more time. What I take is an herbal remedy. That's different. Gotta disagree with you, Mom. No disrespect, but I believe I found herbal. Thank you very much. It took me 8 weeks to grow it. I know herbal when I see it. And she starts getting this argument with me. She goes, you still shouldn't do it anyway because you talk to people, you have a bad influence. I'm like, Mom, I'm a grown man. Relax. I can do whatever I want. No, it doesn't matter because you talk to people, you tell jokes, you have a bad influence. Listen, I'm a comic. First Amendment, freedom of speech. Get off my back. She goes, no, I'm not going to cover your back. You shouldn't do it. And then I said, you know what? Why don't you just try it one time? You won't be so bitchy. She goes, I'm not going to try it. Shut up. You shouldn't do it. Your father shouldn't do it. And I'll tell you another thing. And I'm like, I hear it cures arthritis. And she goes, you should. Really? Pointing at me with her little claw hand. You know what I mean? Like all arthritis out. She's like, really? And I'm like, my joints feel great. And I see her thinking about it, right? She goes, she's pointing with the little claw, right? She's got the little thing here. And she's like, and she goes like this. We're in the kitchen of a 1.5 bedroom apartment. There's no fucking buddy there. Somehow, she has to look over each shoulder in case the DEA leaps out of the egg carton in the refrigerator and goes cops on her. You know what I mean? So she's like, all right, fuck it. Don't tell your father. And she hit it. Now, before I show you my impersonation of her hitting it, let me tell you 2 little key points to make the story more powerful. Number 1, I want to tell you that this woman is 5'1", 105 pounds, and almost 70 years old. She has smoked 4 packs of Salem 100 cigarettes every day for 40 years, okay? The woman's lungs, while they look like beef jerky, nevertheless have a huge capacity, and she's very tiny. Now, that would be bad enough, but let me tell you the second little key piece of info, which is what was in this particular rolled up piece of paper. I'm a bit of a connoisseur at this point. It takes a good thing to get me going. Plus, I live near the West Coast, so I'm already a snob. What was in this little piece of rolled up paper was what we call, and you're going to hell if you laugh at this joke, but we called it the Christopher Reeve weed, because, just one hit, and you're... Yeah, so you're going straight to hell. That was awful. How dare you laugh at that? Anyway, so it's the crippler, right? It's the Superman killer, right? So I hand it to her. Now, when I take it, the way you're supposed to get high off of this is you look at it. That gets you a little high. Like, just it gets in your eyes. You're like, whoa. And then you smell it. You're already pretty high. And if you dare to light it and take a hit, don't make any fucking plans, okay? You might as well just chug the swimming pool full of NyQuil. So she goes, so then I hand it to her, and she hits it. She goes just like this.
Oh, just like a Christmas tree. All right, now, Sean, what I wanted to tell you was, you talk to people, you can still have a bad influence, and I don't mind if you do it, but... Are those brownies ready yet?
I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, all right, here, go sit down, go watch TV. She's like, what was I yelling at you about? I'm like, you said you love me. Oh, sweet, cool, all right. So I sat her down, and I handed her the remote. I'm like, go watch TV. I'm going to go finish turn the brownies. She goes, that's okay, I don't need to watch TV here. I can just go upstairs. I don't need to watch your TV, but...
He lives in a pineapple under the sea.
My mother on weed. Thank you all very much. God bless you. Thank you. Of the 3 people that were with me, 2 have heard it before. You're my favorite, because you never heard that before, and you were laughing at my jokes. I want 3,000 of you in the audience, obviously preferably topless, because you have a great rack. So, next thing we'd like to do, thank you all for coming. I would like to bring up our next comedian for tonight. I'm not as familiar with him as I would like to be, but I have heard very good things. He's a very funny young man. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up. You want to announce him, honey? What's the name? Matt Cole. Ryan Cole. Yeah, is you loud enough? You good? Do you need another drink? Because I'm going to need anal tonight. No? You're good? All right. Ladies, hey, listen, when I get anal, it's amazing. I still can't sit down.